Hey y'all, Jamie here, proud 54-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, last I left off, I had gone to New Orleans for Mardi Gras with Terry, and we had picked up two pieces of trade. That's two boys for anyone who doesn't know our lingo. Um, and I got the bright idea that we should take them back to Houston with us. And I was really drunk and I'm going to throw Damon out and I'm going to move this boy in and he's going to be my new husband and, all of that. So we get on the plane, we go to Houston. The boy pisses me off on the plane, telling me how much money am I going to make for him when we get to Houston. And I ditched him at the airport, jumped in a cab and left his butt at the airport. And I went back to my house and I did not say a word to Damon about it because I kind of hoped that the boy would get lost. He didn't know where we were going to be or anything, and I kind of hoped he would get lost. So, yeah. The next night at the Tea Garden, me and Damon are in there. I wasn't hustling at that particular moment. I was taking a little break. And Damon and I were hanging out and with some of the other people we knew. And in through the door walks Hollywood, my trade from New Orleans. I was speechless. I kind of should have known. Honestly, I should have known, but I was young and dumb. And he wanted to know what the hell happened. And so Damon wanted to know, who the hell is this? I was in a hot spot, y'all. I was in a real tight spot, and I just had to come clean. I told Damon what I did. I said, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And I said, I love you, but I did what I did, and it was a mistake, but I did it. And I told Hollywood, look, it wasn't cool of me to leave you at the airport, but dude, when you started talking about how much money I was going to make you, no, that was never going to be a thing after that. Like, that just was never going to be a thing. I'm not looking for a pimp, you know? So Hollywood stayed in Houston, and he actually became a local fixture there as one of the hustler boys in town. And Damon decided to forgive me. He did. We had a long heart-to-heart. And we swore that we were going to get our shit together and we were going to be the perfect couple and we loved each other and, all of that. So life keeps going on. And then a series of things began to happen. It was a lot really fast. One of our friends, Valerie, at the Tea Garden, went with a date one night and he hit her upside the head with a hammer and bit half of her ear off. She came back to the bar and we all took care of her, got her to the hospital and everything. And then another night, Terry was out in front of the bar and a guy walked straight up to her and busted her upside the head with a beer bottle that broke it and then tried to stab her, and she held up her hand and it gashed her hand instead, and we ended up in the hospital with her. And then the news crews decided that Montrose in Houston had a transsexual prostitution problem and they were going to get to the bottom of it. And so all of the news channels in Houston did a big expose for a whole week. And I myself ended up on 3 different news channels that week. And they caught me walking away in an alley going, no pictures, no autographs, get away from me, They saw me bending over into a Trick's car, working out the details of our business transaction. Like, they had me dead to rights on the news, and I was listed as one of the transsexual prostitutes taking over Montrose. And the next thing we knew, the police were getting a lot of complaints about all of the violence and everything being out of control in Westheimer, and things came to a head, and it came to a point where the police started lining up down Westheimer. And keep in mind, this is like a 3-mile stretch of road. And I mean, every 50 feet, there was a cop, whether on a motorcycle, on a horse, in a squad car, standing there, lined for 3 miles in the median of the street. The whole strip, the whole thing all the way down. And they said there's not going to be any more trans prostitution in Montrose. We're getting rid of it. The streets are clean. Y'all have to go. Figure out what you're going to do. You're not going to do it here. And me and Terry and Angel and Stacy even, but Stacy didn't want to leave Houston. But me and Angel and Terry and Tracy, Terry, Angel, and Tracy, we all decided it was time to get the hell out of Houston for good. It was. When the cops start lining up down the street telling you you've got to go, you've got to go. It's time. So all of us, the whole gang except for Stacy and Kitty, they stayed in Houston. But the other 4 of us, we all went to New Orleans. And I took Damon with me again. And when we got to New Orleans this time, we moved into a hotel on Tulane Avenue again. And if you want to know what happened next, y'all know the routine. Be here tomorrow and I will too. I love you all for watching. I love you for your comments. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.